Trojan family, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. Listen, I hope everybody's getting ready to get up, get out, make some things happen this morning. Listen, we witnessed yesterday something that's absolutely unbelievable, something I've never thought I'd ever see, man. Over 1,000 players yesterday went in the transfer portal, man. It really happened yesterday, man. It was going down. I came to you guys yesterday and I talked to you briefly about Julian Simon. The fact that our own Julian Simon linebacker went in the transfer portal, man. And after that, man, probably about 4 or 5 hours later, man, it went berserk yesterday. Over 1,000 players went in the portal, man. So we want to talk about that. Some players that from us that are leaving out. We want to talk about some players that are visiting USC from the portal. And then we want to talk about some of those who are projected as well to maybe come our way. Listen, we want to talk about the Heisman as well. Caleb Williams is officially locked into the Heisman race, and he's favored, man. We want to look at the guys he's locked up with. Does he have a real opportunity here? I think so. Matter of fact, Vegas right now has him as the favorite to win the Heisman Trophy, man. So listen, we got a lot to get to real quick, but let's get to it, man. Let's talk about it. And listen, I want to know what you guys think about this, man. Caleb Williams is official. He's going to New York, man. So listen. Let's take a look at this information.
Going to be the guys right here. Heisman Finalists, Max Duggan, C.J. Stroud, Caleb Williams, Stetson Bennett. And we want to take a look at their numbers. How do they compare real quick? And listen, we got to get to this transfer portal stuff because this thing is unbelievable. What took place yesterday. I briefly did one of Julian Simon leaving, but then, man, this thing took a turn like nobody expected. And we've seen some crazy superstar status players, man, absolutely just everybody hit the portal yesterday. But look, this is the four now. It's official. Caleb Williams is officially going and get invited to New York for the Heisman ceremony. And these are the guys right here. Let's get into these numbers real quick. All right, so the first one you're going to have is C.J. Stroud. We look at his numbers. He's on the year, 3,340 yards. That makes it 15th. Makes him 15th in the country as far as yards. 37 TD passes, 6 INTs, making it 37th in the country. And then he's going to have an 87.7 QBR. That's C.J. Stroud. Moving on to Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett has 3,425 yards, 11th in the country with that, 20 TDs, tied for 42nd in the country, and then he's going to have 6 INTs, ranking him 37th in the country as relates to INTs. Then he has 86.3 QBR, and he's on the number 1 team in the country, which is Georgia. Moving on to Max Duggan. See, he's ranking 16th in the country with yards, 3,321 yards, 30 touchdowns, ranking him 12th in the country, and his 4 INTs tied for 12th. His QBR is 80.2. And then we're moving on to our very own Caleb Williams. Look at his yardage, man. Caleb is just absolutely killing the game right now. Nobody's coming next to him as it relates to yards, and nobody's coming next to him, with the INTs and the TDs, man. Listen, should we be excited, or should we be proud, or should we be all the above? Look at Caleb. 4,075 yards, 37 touchdowns, 4 INTs. He's number 4th. He's 4th in the country as it relates to the yards. He's tied for 1st as it relates to TDs, and he's 4th with 12th in the country with INTs. It's 86.5 QBR. Listen, is Caleb Williams absolutely killing the game right now, or is he killing the game? Listen, he is odds favorites now to win the Heisman, and I think it's a lock. And yes, even in the loss, he did throw for, I believe, 373 yards or 83 yards, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's locked, sealed, and delivered as relates to Caleb being a Heisman Trophy winner, man. I think it's a done deal. He's getting invited to New York. Caleb's the favorite, and I think Caleb's going to win it by a landslide. especially when you look at these numbers here. Now let's get onto this portal, man. We got a lot to get onto this portal. Like I told you guys yesterday, a few minutes ago, we got to get to the portal. And, here's a guy, Xavier Alford. He transferred from Texas. Absolutely loved him as a player. Actually had a good year. He seemed to be, really coming on. But I know he was injured. He had some issues going on as relates to that. But he's a good kid, man. He's a humble kid. And, I wish him the best, man. I love Xavier Alford, but he's one of the ones yesterday that put his name in the transfer portal. Here's another one, man. Jaden Williams. I mean, his name is in the portal. He was another one actually coming on as well. And listen, man, I guess this is a part of the game, man. Much respect to him. Appreciate all his contributions. Appreciate and wish him best and wish him well on his journey, man, wherever he decides to go. I think he has a lot of talent. I think he has a lot of ability, and I think he will be successful wherever he goes. Here's another one, linebacker Tyler Katoa. He's another one that just hit the portal, man. I hadn't seen much from him. I think I've seen him on some special teams, but like the others, man, really wish him the best. It's Julian Simon now, Xavier Alford, Tyler Katoa, and listen, man, and Jaden Williams so far. And so, listen, these are the guys that are leaving. And listen, I want to know what you guys think when it comes to the bowl game. I mean, do you think we're going to have enough depth in the bowl game? Because you got all these guys leaving, and man, it's just like, wow. You knew guys were going to hit the portal, but you didn't know how many was going to hit the portal. But this is Tyler Katoa. Wish him. Taylor Couture, we wish him much success, whatever he decides to do. Much respect to you, man, and whatever you do in your journey. All right, here's another one, man. And I think out of all these guys, man, I think for me, this was the biggest shocker. It's a shocker, but it's not a shocker. It's a shocker because, the impact that he made. He was a starter last year, and then he was starting somewhat this year. He was back and forth. Him and Gentry, I think, play the same position. So, they put Gentry in there, then they put Goldford in there. So, when you're a player, man, his status and you got ability, man, you want to stay in there, and you don't want to keep the rotating stuff up, man. But, like I said with all the other ones, man, much respect, man, much success to you, man. Got much love for you, man. And you guys know he just came and just cracked the heck out of somebody on Utah's team. They tried to call it, they thought it might have been a targeting, man, but it was a legal hit. And, man, this guy, he paid his dues. I got to give it to him. Raylan Goldford paid his dues at USC, man. And now he's moving on. It's kind of a bittersweet thing, man. You want to see him successful, but at the same time, man, you just hate, he put the blood, sweat, and tears in, man. So much respect to him. Now, I got to move on to this. This is all transfer portals action, man. It don't stop. And those are guys that actually put their names in the portal. Now, this is a guy here, Travion Brown, who's an absolute monster. He plays linebacker, 6'3", 230. You guys remember him. We played against him at Washington State, man. He was super fast, very productive guy. And USC's actually... he will be on campus next week. I believe USC's offered him. I believe he's very interested. He's from the area, the Southern California area. You see here, this season, 25 solo tackles, 1.5 sacks. This is him right here as well. A pretty big guy, man. Pretty productive guy. And his numbers pretty much speak for themselves. This is another picture of him right here. But listen, I think he's a good get, man. He's a very productive guy. I think he has 45 overall tackles. Solos was like, we've seen it here. Solo was 25 tackles. So, man, this is a very productive guy, man. USC offered him, and listen, we wanna keep you informed on the guys who are leaving. We want to keep you informed on the guys who are actually coming in or projected to come in. Also, USC just offered this guy right here, Kyrie Jackson, 6'3", 197. He's a cornerback. And listen, he's from the Upper Marlboro area. I believe that's where Sam Green and those other guys are from, man. Of course, Caleb Williams, Jordan Addison. And they just offered him. He's currently on Alabama's roster right now. and he committed in 2021. He's in the class of 2020, but he's in the class of 2021. And man, I mean, this is a big time cornerback, man, long body. Let's look at him. All right, so here's a few more pictures of him right here. And as you see here, this is him, this Bama uniform. Just went to the transfer portal. USC just offered him. He's a cornerback. And look, I think USC at this point, man, there's so many moving pieces going on all around the world, man. I mean, it's unbelievable. But USC has the opportunity with anybody, just given the fact that they won the way they won. We need to get these guys in. We need to get the big D-line guys in, man. Guys that are going to be very productive. Here's another picture of him right here. So you got so far that we see. I mean, I'm sure there's other moving pieces since the guys hit the portal yesterday. But USC, Washington State linebacker, and this guy here from Alabama are going to be the guys that right now that we know of that USC's offering. And just to give you an idea yesterday of what took place, and it's almost impossible to keep up with it all. Over 1,000 players yesterday have entered the transfer portal yesterday. All these names started coming out, and I think everybody was pretty much amazed from what they seen. But you see it here, 1,000 players yesterday hit the portal, man. So it is absolutely berserk right now. They call it Palooza. I think they call it Transfer Portal Palooza yesterday on 24/7 Sports. Man, it's absolutely berserk. It went crazy. The transfer portal system broke yesterday. It went crazy. And now we see, I think USC is going to be able, my thing is how is this going to affect recruiting? Like, how is it going to work with recruiting? I think it could work. But you always have a lot of players that are out. You got players that are coming in. But man, this is going to be, you talking about, you remember last year I said that the transfer portal is going to make an even playing field, level playing field. I've seen players, man, that were absolutely good players enter the transfer portal. And I just want to show you just a couple of those guys real quick. And man, you're going to be shocked. All right, all of us know who he is. His name is Justin Flo, linebacker for the University of Oregon. And man, he went in the portal yesterday, man. And was it a shock? It was somewhat of a shock because you thought he was going to stay there. He loved Oregon, we thought. And you guys know that USC and Oregon was his favorite spots, his last two as relates to, before he committed. So I think USC has a real opportunity here as relates to the linebacker Justin Flo. He entered the portal. I think he's coming back home. That's just my opinion. Let's see what happens. Other notable players, Big DJ. Man, DJ's a talent, man. I think the way some of the fans did him at Clemson, I think the disrespect, man, I think they're going to appreciate it when he gets back. And here's my opinion on him. I don't think he had the weapons around him that Trevor Lawrence had. And if you remember, he played crazy in that Notre Dame game. Not this past year, but the year Trevor Lawrence was there. Trevor Lawrence went out. DJ came in, threw for like 400 yards, man. So I know personally that he has the ability. What happened there, man, I don't know. I think the weapons around him are totally different. They're not the same. Dabo's one of those guys that refuse to use the transfer portal, from what I hear, allegedly. Let me say that. But other teams are getting better, and I think they're getting lost in the sauce as it relates to, transfer portal action. And you got to put the pieces around DJ, to make it happen. Never seemed like the receivers and the quarterback was on the same page, but much respect to him as well. He's a Southern California guy, and man, I've even seen projections going to UCLA. Hope that doesn't happen, but I mean, he can probably go anywhere he wants. He's a big-time 5-star quarterback.
So check that out. Talk back to me, man. Has the transfer portal broke? Has the transfer portal broke? I mean, 1,000 players in the portal. And listen, we got some coming in, some coming out. And listen, man, like I said again, I wish everybody the best. All those, man, that contributed to the USC program. I know they always be Trojans. I think Randall Goldberg might have stated that, made reference to that, man. So listen, and those guys that are coming in, man, that linebacker for Washington State, I'm telling you, that guy is special. He's serious business, man. So you guys hit me in the comment section. I want to know you guys' thoughts on this transfer portal stuff, man. I want to know your thoughts on Caleb Williams. Is the Heisman Trophy secure? Is it a done deal? in my opinion, it's absolutely done. He has locked, sealed, and delivered it. You guys seen the numbers. We give you the numbers. We never just, we never just talk from our feelings. Some people talk from their feelings, but when you get the numbers, sometimes seeing is believing. And if you see something, you're going to believe it. And now we see exactly what Caleb is doing. Caleb is 4,000 yards. He's the only one in that group that are finalists that has the 4,000 yards. So Caleb is official. Listen, congratulations on Caleb, man. Whatever type of suit you need, you let us know. Well, we already know that you can get it anyway. But listen, just get the shoes, get the suit, man. Make it happen, man, because it's go time, man. It's on the pop and it's on the crack. And we appreciate you, man, from the USC Trojan family, man. So listen, until tomorrow, listen, this week is going to be crazy. We got some news, man, that's just coming out, man, that's just absolutely crazy. So we're going to continue this, man, all week long. It's going to be crazy. I said to myself, it's going to be a period with the season. The season's going to be over. And you guys remember last year, it never stopped. Started in January, and it was like the transfer portal, all this stuff. It just never stopped, the recruiting. And I don't think we've ever seen a time in college football that it's never stopped. And now we see it's literally, essentially all year long now. This thing is all year long. But listen, it's go time. It's on and popping. This is what we want. So listen, man, as much as the news comes, USCJ is going to get it to you, man. So listen, until tomorrow, man, listen, fight on, fight on, fight on.